There are places where memory ends and vengeance begins. A house, abandoned and crumbling. A life cut short. And a spirit that would wait for years until the world heard her rage. In 1953, in Manila, a young girl named Clarita Villanueva was held in the city jail. What followed became one of the most infamous supernatural cases in the Philippines, but the story didn't stop at possession. It grew into something darker, something that demanded retribution. Clarita described two entities, one dark and hairy, the other angelic but cruel. "He went that way," she said. "He's gone." Those words awakened something restless, a spirit born of betrayal, violence, and revenge. The feature film inspired by the case only skirted the truth. What the world rarely heard were the stories after the cameras stopped rolling. Whispers in the corridors, shadows in the mirror, and a presence that hunters still claim to feel. They say spirits left unredeemed often mold themselves around guilt. In Manila, locals began reporting oddities, rooms freezing without reason, cries in the night, and a name whispered, "Clarita, Clarita." One man reported waking up with bruises shaped like teeth marks on his neck. An exorcist's note claimed Clarita's attackers were two demon-like figures, but other investigators say the true vengeance was hers. She was not just possessed. She became the possessor, and the house where she lived refused to let go, because some spirits don't leave until the debt is paid, and some debts are more than blood. Today, the building stands boarded up, yet ghost hunters go in. They bring EMF meters, they record EVPs, they try to prove what lives inside. One recording captured a voice saying, "You took everything, now I take you." When played backward, some heard, "Return or bleed." Locals tell a chilling rumor. If you enter that house at midnight, you'll feel a hand on your shoulder, and when you turn, you're not alone. They say a mirror in the corner shows her reflection, not yours, hers, with eyes burning in silence. Witnesses claim the wallpaper peeled away by itself, exposing deep claw marks in the plaster. Rooms locked from the inside, footsteps on the roof, when the roof was gone. Investigators recorded temperature drops of 20 degrees, right after a whisper, "I see you." Doors slammed, lights exploded, and they left the camera rolling. In the playback, a face in the corner of the frame. Some say the spirit is a woman scorned. Others say she's a guardian of the wronged, but either way, she doesn't forgive. Two teenage girls entered the house for a dare. At 2 a.m., one emerged, trembling, eyes empty. The other disappeared. Her phone was found in the attic, recording. Silence. Rumor holds her attacks escalate when the moon is full. Lights flicker at exactly 3:33 a.m. The door to her old room opens by itself, and the house exhales the smell of roses and decay. The last caretaker said he woke up to find a note written in blood-red ink on his dresser. "You will stay next." He moved, but the memory followed. Some claim she can't move on until the truth is found, so she haunts, she punishes, she waits. Thousands of miles away, victims describe the same phenomenon. A female ghost, revenge, and a place she won't leave. Maybe the house doesn't hold her. Maybe she holds it. And when you enter, you become the debt. Because some spirits don't haunt for nothing. They haunt for consequence. And someone somewhere paid. They say if you spend enough time in her presence, you'll begin to remember your sins. Even the ones you don't know. They built science-proof alarms and cameras, but each one failed. Because fear isn't electrical. It's something else. Something that watches. In the archives, the case file reads, "Unexplained physical attacks. Witnesses too afraid to speak. Apparitions with blank eyes." But those reports ended in 1974. The rest, still whisper. And now, a new believer approaches. They say curiosity is the worst crime here, because every question is a call, and she always answers. If you think revenge is dead, You've never been in the right place, because some justice is eternal. And if the world forgets her story, she remembers. She remembers everything. And you might be her next listener. If you step inside, if you ask the wrong question, if you pray for answers, because the dead don't always say goodbye. Sometimes they stay and wait. They say the house started building itself around her. Gray walls, shuttered windows, corridors tailored to fear, because she needed space to watch. And we gave her that. Now, any camera that enters returns altered. Footage doubles, shadows lengthen, and someone, or something, walks behind the glass. She is not random. She has reasons, and she remembers each insult, each step, each soul that ignored her call. If you ever find yourself facing a door in that house, and you see her silhouette on the other side, don't knock, don't open, and whatever you do, don't stay, because some spirits return for more than fear. They return for reckoning, and when you're the next, you'll know why. They've tried to cleanse the place. Priests, censors, technology, all failed, because her vengeance doesn't respond to ritual. It responds to neglect. If you walk away safe, you'll hear it first at night. Her voice on your phone. 4 simple words. I'll see you soon. The few who stay behind speak of a presence that watches through walls, that writes names in condensation on mirrors, and that refuses to die. They say the house is full, now, of memories and of vengeance, waiting, patient. If you found this story, you are now part of it. Watch, listen, and when you share it, you become the witness. And witnesses don't always go home. This was Tales of the Dark. Subscribe to the channel before she remembers your name.